Good day. Here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. assures the public that the government is doing all it can to ensure stable supply and prices of rice in the country. In his vlog on Facebook, President Marcos said the government is working on improving rice production to lessen dependence on imports and stabilize prices. The president clarified that the increase in prices of rice is a global issue. Marcos said external shocks such as the movement of oil prices have affected the prices of rice in the region. He cited comparisons of prices of rice in the Philippines to those of top rice exporting countries like Vietnam and Thailand. Earlier, the president has already directed concerned government agencies such as the Department of Agriculture to ensure food security while addressing inflation. More barangays have opened their own community gardens since the start of the Marcos administration through the Gulayan sa Barangay program of the Department of the Interior and Local Government. From 2,000 community gardens before the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., DILG Undersecretary Chito Valmosina said the number of community gardens increased to 27,000. Valmosina cited the success of the Gulayan sa Barangay in Barangay Holy Spirit, Quezon City, which has opened a 7,000 square meter garden with high-value crops. He said the program was introduced immediately in 17 regions and 40,000 villages. To set up these gardens, the DILG authorized the barangays to use their development funds to buy seeds, seedlings, fruit-bearing trees, mangrove wildlings, and garden materials. The Gulayan sa Barangay program is in line with President Marcos' directive in his Bagong Pilipinas campaign to make use of vacant lands and open gardens to improve food security. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has vowed to strengthen the government's campaign against terrorist groups. This after 6 soldiers died in clashes with the Islamic State-linked Dawla Islamia Maute group in Munay, Lanao del Norte on February 18. In his vlog post on Facebook, the president vowed to remember the heroism of the 6 soldiers from the Philippine Army's 44th Infantry Battalion and promised to go after the enemies of peace. Marcos also promised to make the families of the soldiers feel the love and recognition of the government for their sacrifices. 4 other troopers were wounded in the firefight. The 7th Scout Ranger Company under the 3rd Scout Ranger Battalion also helped in the fight against the extremists. Earlier, President Marcos honored the soldiers who fought the DI Maute group in Lanao del Sur last January, which resulted in the death of the terrorists involved in the bombing of the Mindanao State University on December 2023. The Bureau of Internal Revenue scored a legal battle against Big Fish vape seller Top Fog and its conspirators. This comes after warrants of arrest were issued against the company due to its failure to settle its tax obligation totaling 1.2 billion pesos. The case traces back to a raid conducted last November 2022 led by then BIR Deputy Commissioner of the Operations Group, now Commissioner Romeo Lumagi Jr. After winning the case before the Department of Justice, criminal charges were formally filed with both the Court of Tax Appeals and the Metropolitan Trial Court. Both courts have issued warrants of arrest against the Top Fog Group. The estimated civil liability imposed in the criminal complaint stands at 1,240,748,088 pesos and 63 centavos inclusive of fines and penalties. Top Fog and conspirators face various charges, all in violation of various sections of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997. Meralco is set to invest 100 billion pesos until 2030 for various projects that will ensure energy security while addressing the challenges posed by climate change. Meralco said the 100 billion peso capital expenditure will be used for projects that will improve grid reliability, reduce system loss, switch to natural ester oil for distribution transformers, implement energy efficiency measures, and expand the fleet and infrastructure of electric vehicle fleets. Moreover, Meralco commits to accelerate its renewable energy projects and develop 1,500 megawatts of attributable green energy generation capacity. Through this strategy, Meralco hopes to reduce overall carbon emissions by 20% by the year 2030. Meralco said this underscores its commitment to sustainability as it also aligns with the government's vision for a sustainable future. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, the Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account, via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph under PNA News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. I am Marita Muahe, and this is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.